like indigenous to marginalized, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life to a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit and
vision. A world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with his peace. Through tones, melodies, poems, and peace. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Once, don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, you're left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We gotta protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no posses. Spola, worshiping pedophiles, wanna feed out children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher, no am I some pastor or preacher. Was really represent with this passion to speak up. After doing 25 years in the beach cups, realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive. It was
I do it dance for Chi-Town. Who am I but Chi-Town? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide out. Blue sky but high ground. My crown slash helmet, so my aircraft still fit. Can't be tied down or even seatbelted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the Jesus melted. The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked that caused my hand, I dealt it. Felt it vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. It bust off of some ices and veil shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Body for real monkey velvet. Body you not for Mars, so females clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows to shit. To a fly zone, haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver hand, but with Hiller man. It's not Cypress Hill, I'm Turtle Sheep. I'm one tough cookie, I don't follow, I set standards. To catch me, you gon' have to do more to scamper. Need more to scanners, I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper opera. You stagnated, well I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm dating space AC, y'all. Buster stuck in the case, face off. evolve after it shaped the stages of fate. A fraud that'll start intergalactic. My mindset, perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am a depth, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up, flying a jet, straight to adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm the thorough guy, goddammit. Sebastian Capero, a fly bandit, Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics, and it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas Carol lives with your fans get. Your growth and perils what I transmit as a transcript, or I just spit it off the top. This is the shit, or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich, and then they want the other little people never get a piece of the pie. I don't want to go for the best. I go for you niggas that think it's all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas and crackers can't stand me. You niggas just know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people, and old people too. Mostly black people. I'm talking to you.
So, y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah, I'm really down on y'all. Fellas up. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big stack, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau, big man, but the earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side eyes, looking past the shot spot. Through that game, straight drops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry tops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying that ops. From the skybox, I got scope on you pilgrims. The scope with some real ones. Some of our folks are still dumb. Yeah, and blessed to the fact that, Lord, we gon' have this real song. Warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page. Script is played out. They keep us engaged, they keep our rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society. Should be disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor. Should have been prayed out. The draft is on. Coach no issue. Could've loaded in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle. To who holds the pistols. The debate was about who owes who the fiscal. Disregarding the aboriginal issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. It's a big stack. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau, big back. But the earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Ain't foolish, nobody speak. Yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. Other than we, a sucker or be. Stand on 2 feet or jump the other cheek. The wise man know by his silence. Mostly disguised compliance. Silence by guidance. From conspiring to nervous. Other aspirants of violence. Tyrants of fire. Trying to giants to hide. I'm trying to fight. In environments of migrants, I'm hearing the sirens. Look at my head, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, quitters, groupies, and hype. Alignments, the assignment. I'm not the wisest, I'm not lying. My refinement and confinement, the requirements for this climate. Y'all push out the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, don't duck, no rep, drill music for real. My soul they don't possess, real foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them, it's personal, know what the business is. Big mom says come full circle, so vacate your premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bound or whack. It's a big thing, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau, or big bang, but the earth is round.
In my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3-pound pressure, no weight blesser. Drop the oppressor. Meet no surrender. 3-pound pressure. No weight blesser. Drop the oppressor. Meet no surrender. 3-pound pressure. No weight blesser. Drop the oppressor. Meet no surrender. 3-pound pressure. No weight blesser. Drop the oppressor. Meet no surrender. I'm gonna change that about so press the valley get out. I'm letting out execution style too late when apologetic claim. You rap that a cold complain, my God, it's overdoing your time is to the end. Locked out silent without sin. He put me on the bed with just the wind. The oppressors about to get rolled down. With some presses attached to the war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger popping like Jericho. Backed by the honorable who sits at the pinnacle. Who judges the hypocrite.
Guys, we know what's happening, baby. Dad, what's up? Oh, what's up? I got the address, brother. Millennial, what's up, mama? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? I've been up since 4 o'clock, so got to get the roof on, got to get the bathroom solid, but I got to run out of town. I'm not gonna be out and back, hopefully. Got to get that insulated, covered, and then start building it up. So I need to get that done. But got to pack out the truck and get down to O's. I might stay the night there. 4-hour drive. You know, I could do the hour, 2 hours. I've been driving long. Oh wait, I know you can hear me, but it's like I'm battling with the music.
And when I say this world, I mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme. Push. Step. Crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped.
I gotta clean my EDC. That was our beautiful, beloved brother, and the last part, Omeg, and before that, ToLU'S Z. You can kind of catch him on Spotify and SoundCloud. Oh, we're going to get Ocelot doing a lot more. We would have had a music studio on the 2nd floor, but you know how that goes. One thing I love about these birds, they will eat in here, but they won't poop in here. They come and chill, eat, take off, feed their babies, whatever it is. I think the babies are about grown now, so it's out of season. Anyway, as I was stating, so I have a number of things I need to do. And I want to go ahead, get out there and meet this young man. He wants to buy, I took care of, in Navajo Nation, I buried cold talkers, a lot of individuals. And it was this one who I found like my papi, you know, my another grandfather. And his name was Yodel Bala. His name was Yodel Bala. A wonderful, beautiful man. Has a history. Wrangler, a serious cowboy, World War II vet. And I've got pictures I'm going to make a post dedicated to him and a couple others. Now, he was not a code talker, but he'd help, you know, like tank, turtle, like in their language, combating. Shouldn't have been over there fighting in the first place, some of my German ancestors, but it is what it is, you know? And, you know, like Chief of Commander like Trump, y'all know he's still the president. So I am not going to defile that based on the fact that I was a veteran. And part of my Chickasaw, of the Choctaw Nation, we still honor those things, even in the worst. And that's how a lot of people are subjugated and subdued and this, that, and other. Doesn't mean that I won't fight, but it means that, and I don't have to really, because like I said, I know the end. I don't care what they think, how they feel, whatever. You know, go ahead, more blood, because that enemy just doesn't care. It may know. But anywho, you know, yeah, I got a 6-shooter. It's for a smaller individual. And Yodel Bala, though he was a start of a Navajo, he was a short, tiny guy. And though I can wear it and I've practiced shooting my 6-shooter with it, there's an individual who wants it. And he's really into Native American stuff. But the thing is, this was made by Mexicans. So I'm going to run out there and I never wear it. I'm not going to run around with a 6-shooter. You know, you give me a speed draw or something like that, a hip holster or whatever. And you know what I mean? I'm good. You know, all that other stuff, you know, Hollywood narrative. No. If I was to shoot somebody with a 6-shooter, it'd be like, it's that bad, or it's the only thing laying there on my damn, you know, all beside me when I rest. But no. So I'm keeping a 6-shooter. Got 2 of them. 22s are fun. In a single shot, it's not double action. So you've got to literally, that's why I like the feather. Hold the trigger and just, yeah. Anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, it's fun. So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna let him look at it. But he's got but a moment. You know, it's like interaction with a traffic stop. You've got 10 minutes, you know. Or Terry stop, whatever you want to call it. Well, what I wanted to hash out this AM, right? I know you guys see it, and I want y'all to know an agent doesn't always mean that they're paid or consciously aware they're doing, you know, that they're consciously aware that they're taking on this job. Paid agent, an agent can also be a provocateur, somebody who is caught up in their emotions and feelings, and they feel like they got a big gorilla chest, and they want to bark out things based on the dichotomy of their thoughts and what they believe. Now, those are the biggest idiots. You know, when I was trained in Pennsylvania, a couple times I did Muhammad Ali's training camp, and he was getting ready for the Thrill, whatever that was, 74. When he was getting ready for some fight, I forget what it was. And we had grassroots too in Glenville Park. So we had those things to keep us grounded and you give us things to look forward to and meet all the fraternity people and all that. And then all the other boxing, dewdrops, Dukas, ACs, and a few other gymnasiums, you know, and street boxing and street fighting and slap boxing and trick boxing and everything else I did. And the martial arts, obviously, that was the first thing I got involved with. You know, after I was rescued from my mother by my grandmother and great grandparents, and you have these individuals. I'm not going to give an age because you have individuals older than me who are just as stupid. And they're barking out this because you're 13.3 or 8% of the population. And these idiots can't get it in their head. How do you take 78 to 8, even with all the deaths and the murders, the baby taking and all that other stuff, Plan B, how do you take 75 to 85 million and make them 13% of the population? And a lot of the pale skins ain't nothing but Negroes, from whether it be from Louisiana all the way up to Virginia, who took on the identity, as Lena Horne and a number of other individuals have expressed, to have a better outcome after the situation of POWs, Natchez, we already went through the history. These idiots talk on in the grammatical error of their history. And I mean grammatical, all the words they use are bull. As if they know. The Civil War. The majority of them weren't even here. The majority of them came around 1940s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and fucking 90s. These idiots are not to be respected nor liked. You see them in costume now, and they really think, based on this fake identity problem that they have, that it's factual. The so-called black family didn't get there. The only one misnomer, identity, race, history, language, when everybody's using it, and it's been crapped up with a whole lot of jib jab, and these idiots, and a lot of times I'm seeing this, a lot of ex-police and military motherfuckers. I served with some of the smartest military. Like, what happened? And it's because you over-police the community and you can't figure it the fuck out. And some of these guys, I like some of their material, but doesn't mean that they're right and they know what the fuck they're talking about. They won't come over here and say a damn thing or watch. I don't give a fuck how tough they fucking think they are. Excuse my language. Ain't no promos. I ain't trying to sell a goddamn thing. But there's the ignorant, and this is why I have a hard time sometimes talking to them, because when certain vernaculars, or certain words, or certain things, I'm sitting there going, this motherfucker has no clue, because they're talking in the hereafter. And I ain't talking about past life. That means right here and after. That means they're looking at tomorrow based on their stupidity today that has nothing to do with fucking yesterday. And they don't know how to sit down and listen because you know what they run to? All these black proponents of fake leaders and attorneys and all these other motherfuckers. When you ask them how did the ADL start, and they don't have a fucking clue. I listened to a couple of them explain it. They were pretty close. They have no clue. What happened during the Vietnam War? What part was that after Korean and World War II? When I'm talking about the War of 11 that were killed by Zionists and trade up so they can bring more melanated people in because they tried to hide our stories and our value and the great shit we did is slowly trickling out. But we had thousands upon thousands of warriors that overcame obstacles and far outdone any motherfucker that they're putting up there. The Mickey Rooneys and all those fucktards. The whitewash started and it came with a reason. The very thing you see now with these idiots opening their fucking mouths like they have a clue. But I tell them like this, if you're so fucking great, leave everything we invented, all right, and get the fuck up out of here. The fact that when they were creating steroids, who do you think they were getting the motherfucking, for the anabolic steroid from? The cadavers. You fucking retarded monkeys. Now you all synthesize it right there where they need you at. And the ones ain't. Gracias. Thank you. Maybe you still have some sense of responsibility in you to figure some shit out. And it's always the ones that do the bad shit. They want to take that little less than 1% and they want to mitigate it as if it's the fact of all when the majority of our people are millionaires, rich, houses, retail, real estate. Some of us are quiet and don't say shit. We move in the fucking gray zone. We don't care about the new generation, special forces that call themselves African Americans like fucking idiots. But a lot of them came over here, especially when I was in service with the child soldiers. I listened to their stories. And I also heard what the fucking CIA had to do with that shit. Because some of them knew things. How all the governments played a role. Calamity and chaos. It's the only fucking thing you could take with you. And you won't come over here and say a goddamn thing. I'm looking at police today. These idiots, these new idiots, they're just so busy wanting to lock motherfuckers up. Because see, I knew back even in the military, all you had to do is present the ID. No, they're changing things. You know that. You DC, all that shit, and the criminal, and you would think that these goofy Negroes would wake up and get on the better side. But like I said, once you're conditioned and you're doing certain things, you move a certain way, it's not hard to break the conditioning, but it's a tough job. I didn't turn off the notification. Damn notification. I hate it. I don't even know why. When I turn the phone off and turn it on, it comes on. I always turn it off. I don't know. Maybe I forgot. Anyhow, I see it more and more and more. Now, I also see a lot of them getting their ass kicked, as usual. Now, what the CIA and certain individuals are trying to do is bring y'all back together. I wouldn't advise that because that wouldn't be too good for these big chest pumping, bravo white people, because there are a lot of our people, Hindu, Mexican, Peruvian, Colombian, Chaldean, Eritrean, look, all over that are here. There's some Nigerians who are against the motherfuckers coming over here hijacking because they get hit, who are not with the shits. A lot of them call themselves Black American, and some of them even call themselves African American. We're talking about foreigners. A lot of the women are married, and a lot of the men here are married to a lot of women here are married to their men. This is what they don't fucking see. A lot of Native Americans, they got our bloodline, and we got theirs. Don't listen to the goofies in the slipstream. It's always a minority. What did Diaz say? You give me 5 motherfuckers, I'll take over a country. The comedian, Joey Diaz. Something we used to say, we used to practice on our own. Give me 3 motherfuckers, man, I'll run this block. Same thing, New Jack City, all right? It would behoove them. And again, I had to recant yesterday, Nick Fuentes, he actually was fucking correct. As much as I have disdain listening to shit like that, that little rainbow cat, he's solid with it, man. I mean, and he actually talks to some brothers and sisters. It ain't like, he's just like Trump. He would like to see you motherfuckers rise above the occasion, man. And as I would, but in a different vernacular. I know I've always been pressing, raising your consciousness and looking inside and ascension. And it hasn't changed. The issue at hand is some of your changes are pushing you away from, because it's not for me to hold your hand. It's for me to give you a little bit, and you research everything and then take that stuff and culminate it together and you figure it out on your own. Remember the eagle in the mountain hole? Talons, feathering, and last its beak, and it has to molt and regrow new to have another 38 to 40 years. The moth, if you open the cocoon, it will never fly. It will never strengthen its wings because it didn't struggle to come out of its silk woven, what could be its tummy for coming into the world, or its catacomb, its coffin, because somebody wanted to go and see. That's why you have to do it upon yourself. Do it, perfect it yourself. I can't sit there and watch. And I can't sit there and say, oh, but do it this way. You have to go through the struggle, the pains, the ups and downs. You have to mitigate and find your way. Just because I walk around and I giggle and laugh and my joints hurt and this, that, and the other and all that, that doesn't remove what I'm aware of. The things I talked about last night, enjoying a beer, and a beautiful cigar. I can't wait to finish it. It doesn't change nothing. People are intimidated so easily. And what we say about emotions and feelings, in a world of lies, what does that accumulate to? What does that accumulate to in your feelings, your intrusive emotions? It's not like it's not like anyone was unfazed from PFASs and endocrine disruptors and all the synthetics and processed crap, feeding parasites in an numerical number that's far past some 100 parasites, where you literally move and function and become the parasite. Isn't that the body snatchers? Isn't that where they show you putting the worm, in the ear, or Leo getting the thing that tracks and keeps him in the matrix that pulled through his belly button? And yet everybody believes in their functionality. I give Israel a pass to use the word nigga because in Chicago, he knows this fucking boy. I call him the black white man. Probably is any goddamn way when you start claiming Italian or Sicilian heritage, if you know the truth of the land. But I'm gonna have to pull that fucking pass, because though he's seeking to do right, he has to remove his talons and his plumage and then beat his beak off. And he needs to molt for a little bit. Though he's right on so many things, and I enjoy the work he does. Tatum, he's just another sellout, goofy Negro. He's dumb or African, whatever he's claiming, Nairobi or whatever the fuck, Kenyan, whatever. He doesn't even look like, I don't know. He looked like he comes from a bunch of twa. It's surprising that he's 6 foot something and 200 something pounds. But he's an idiot. And most Negroes in those certain positions are paid well. Shit, if they were smart, it would have been me. I'd have had y'all all flipping me off and cursing me out and everything else, and riding the lightning. Because I really could have got y'all real good. Worse than Turtle Gang and all those other people, but they did. Here I sit. I got to get some more of that mold killing paint. This is something crazy. And it's getting humid. Man, it's supposed to rain again. But I'm going to be out here working in the rain, guys. I got to break up my poncho, go down there, tease down there. Now I got to pack out. I got to start packing out that tent, getting a lot of stuff, the rest of the stuff from around my bed, the water damage and stuff like that, and get it all up out there, you know. You know, somebody in my family says, Jay, all you've been through, what you've seen, says that there are people who've been through more, seen more. Even if it was for a moment, and I've done it over a period of time. Yeah, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen the worst of car accidents when I was a young Essex Ave, like right there. Watched the guy crawl out of the roof with his leg hanging on by a tendon. Blood everywhere. The woman's face smashed like blueberry, strawberry pancake. I think I was like 9. The foot laying up, and the head on the side of the that was the first one. In a beautiful neighborhood. They were drunk and speeding, and you got to go heading off to the Masonic Lodge, whatever it's little womp, and they were speeding and ran right into the tree. High school kids, Montclair High School. Some of y'all know I went to prominent high school and middle schools, Buzz Aldrin, a lot of NFL, and then whatever, you know. I was a gymnast, judo, freestyle wrestling, fucking, you know, name it, I was doing it. Break dancing, you know. Always playing on the mountains, always felt different. Running forever, delivering newspapers on the books with Mary Flannery's Art Store, and Mr. Bean delivering newspapers at 5 o'clock in the morning, all up and down Essex Avenue, you know, and the side streets. Because I went to Watchung School, which was around the corner from me. Beautiful school. Saw a suicide. Guy stand there, held his head down and saw his legs spin. We playing baseball. We ran up there, and it was just a macabre mess. So I've seen more than that by 100-fold. And this is the new tough, I think. You know, the last 20-year war, it was with purpose. The very thing you see now. And how it would do the children, who are now the adults who are taking up these roles, that breaking, just like the black family. The fact that our light-skinned women were the first to receive welfare because men, rule of thumb, they didn't want you working. They didn't want you in the business because you have a way of stopping them. Except for the little Jewish lady crying, you know, rape to autochthonous brother who owned the land, the storefront, or whatever, and getting all the mobs, and sometimes with melanated motherfuckers in that mob, to come down and lynch this little. And the sheriff and them would know that it's for land. These new fake sheriffs compared to the original ones who are us, the marshals, that kept peace on this land. These idiots don't know this. Oh, I give them Bass Reeves. Well, look at the 7 other cohorts and the 30 other 4 that work with them, other than the 2 that they detrained, the light skins are the Jew. Well, later would become are the Christian Zionists. Are y'all aware that Christian comes from the word Crete? Do you know what that means? So the people running around calling themselves Christians are pretty much calling themselves a bunch of dumbasses. Do y'all know that? I wanted to hold off on this. And then I had to see it again last night just to make sure. I had to put it in my tab and read it again. Let me read it to you. Because I was like, you know, I know all these things. And then, you know, and I was like, you know what? Before people jump all over the place, let me pull it up. And I told you, you can only do that to people who were not here before. These people were brought up in those damn incubators. It don't matter what land. Spread all 4 corners. They changed it like if we were vagabonds. No, spread all 4 corners and built up Tartary. Built up all the world's history. But the increments who don't know no better. So let's see what we got here. Brian Conas. We're dealing with the habitants, the Valais of the French and all so on. The English noun Cretin is first recorded in the annual register, or a view of the history, politics, and literature. And for the year 1779, London 1780, which published an account of the Valais and of the gotres and idiots of that country. By William Cox, 1748-1828, English historian and Church of England clergyman. He wrote in footnote, the species of idiots have mentioned above, and who are deemed by many authors as peculiar to the Valais, are called crétins. This noun was borrowed from French crétin. Feminine crétin, or it's almost sound like the damn branch chain amino acid, whatever that creatine is, which was first used by Timoleon, Guy François de Morgan, 1722-67, in a letter entitled Voyage in Swiss, Journey in Switzerland, read on 22nd July 1750 at a meeting. And y'all know 1750 would actually be what year? Because 1000 would be 750, okay? And that's what year it was. A meeting of La Société Royale des Lions, the Royal Society of Lion. This letter was the direct source of the article Crétins in an encyclopedia, au Dictionnaire raisonné des sciences de arts et de maîtrise, volume 4, Paris, 1754. I don't speak French. Edited by Denis Diderot, 1713-1784. And Jean Laurent de Rambert, 1717-83. A.G. as G.W. Bryan and Charles W. Poser wrote in the History of Tropical Neurology, Nutritional Disorders, okay? This is how you get the term, and you can read it for yourself, and there's a lore of them. Now, the French word crétin is an adaptation of Swiss patois, crétin from the Latin Christenum, meaning Christian. Bunch of fucking idiots. They made you. Then they brought you here and they turned you into Zionists because to be against the original inhabitants of the land. That's right. I have tons of Native Americans after Wild Bill rodeo show, where he incorporated Mongols, these so-called Asian fighters, Mongol death troops, and then set them up besides the Russian land purchase with them and gave them identities. And whose identities you think they gave them by changing them into a state official to where they belong to the Vatican? I met a pale-skinned retired cop. We had a great conversation. This nigga had a real Cherokee ID, y'all. And I looked at him and says, you know what the word Anikoya mean? No. I said, that's all I need to know. He had a hip surgery. He's an older guy. Marvelous. And you don't react negative to that. You know? I'll cuss out a goofy racist in a heartbeat. I don't give a fuck about them. Unless they change. Oh, this lavender lemon and zest is phenomenal. You know? And I would go into Islam and read the rambles of Prophet Muhammad, who was murdered alongside his cousin and a whole league of cavalry soldiers in their armor of light. The fact that he was literate, he really couldn't read nor spell. But he was angered at what he saw, what was happening to us. And by the sword he took to them, murdering them left and right. But they don't know that story. Maybe the top imams, some of them, a few, the elite, might know it. But I'm not here to dump on anyone's religion. I'm here to tell y'all, stop looking outside yourselves. That's why everybody's so chaotic and full of themselves. It's hard when you see, imagine being a cop, light skinned, right? Lighter shade of wheat. And you just saw this young melanated man murder his girlfriend, his mother-in-law, his girlfriend's mother and the baby. How do you react to that? How do you carry that the next day? it brings up another apparatus, brings up this rage and anger. And though you want to keep it professional, it's all right to get that one little jab in. Feel like you're releasing some temperature. Oh, I need a Tylenol. Oh, I need my Lanta. Oh, I need, you know what I mean? Give me the pink stuff. I'm about to eat a lot of hot stuff, as if it's going to change how it's going to come out. It's not. So where every reaction, because of an action, it has to come out. And there are a few who think they got away. And they haven't. And this is what the enemy used. The very people who are talking against the enemy, they perform the duties for. How people are still so loving and wanting and caring. With them, no, it's just, I tell you, if y'all feel that way and you don't know how to speak with knowledge, sociology, politically, fuck political correct, or psychology, if you don't know that, don't act like you know everything because you wore a fucking badge or you were in the military, you spoke at certain hate rallies, or you congregated and performed in the same circle of indecent indiscrepancies and all the other foolishness that come with it, but you still have some moral sound views. But you still hold as if it's everyone. No, it's not all of us. And we're not all Negro, black, and all that other dumb shit. There are a lot of us that know our identity and who we are, regardless of everybody walking around the variables of their fucking lives. Like, I'm supposed to contend with that because a bunch of you are fucking stupid? What fucking world are y'all from? Like I said, they won't come over here and say a goddamn thing. I'm not the person like James Baldwin. You give me somebody that can actually debate me, not masturbate themselves. Their little fucking pea brain. Now, obviously, y'all know I don't say everything. You know, you always got to keep a shotgun ready, loaded. You know, you don't need dragon breath. Sometimes you got to put an 8-shot in there and let it spread out a little bit. Words. Or a slug, where it hits right where it needs to hit at. In a little fake world of education and everything else. Trump is being paid to change the world, manipulate it in a fashion to make the state. And they have the youth who they put in badge and make them feel safe, so they'll do stupid shit. Because right now, he's doing things that you would figure would have been done before, yet not in the way it's been done. Because they're actually attempting to hire foreigners and all kind of people to quell, to get on the border patrol, get ICE. Even had an actor that was a Superman that joined ICE, fat monkey. People who are not educated, nor respect or know the Constitution. They just enjoyed the freedoms that we created. And not being really free because they're part of the fucking experiment. So Izzy, I really like you if you're watching. Cool. Have me on one of your podcasts. I stand by a lot of the things you do. And yes, there have been times, even as a guardian angel, when I was thinking about becoming a cop, I trained a lot of guys to get on the force. I met them in college, you know. I wanted to just pound people to the ground based on what I saw. There were times when we did. So I get it. You know, I get it. I can't swallow that crap. Anyway, I'm going to cut this short because, like I said, I don't care about these platforms. I mean, do y'all recall the time? Good to have a morning reminder, AM. Y'all are in a state of mourning, whether you like it or not. But it's good to have it. I'd rather see a little cheer and joy in all this gloom. I had a little reminder. Y'all remember, I bought one of the first Sprint phones, cell phones, when they came out. I was at St. Albans. I remember the day when I got a cell phone. I wanted to take the battery out, change the SIM card. you could remove it. And then I started checking. It seemed like they did it to all the cell phones at the same time. That's because you could turn it off. You could put on the damn airplane mode. They still hear you, still see you. I remember mentioning it, and people were like, "Oh, you crazy." Okay. Locator and everything. You think that was with good intention? 74, the congressional hearings, looking at people through the TV. A little Chinese guy, military dude, got caught looking at somebody through the TV. A few people, actually. Y'all still think this is a game. The ignorance of racists, I don't like calling them racist because they're so subpar. I would allude to racist being somebody that knows the races and they can give good, but it's utilized in a condescending way. So we'll hold it to that because I'm going to say today, racists are very fucking stupid. You ever seen I'm a proud racist. Now you got these dumb Negroes. I'm a proud racist. I love my black people, all those dumbasses. Stay as far as possible away from them. People just don't want to get it together. I think people have chosen. I think people have made their choice and become persons of interest on the other side. The other dynamic hand that's should be on this side, but it's over here. That's sad for those who have made that choice. So I don't want nobody to take me serious. You got to see what you're supposed to see. And if you don't see what you're supposed to see, that means you're really outside of you. I mean, you're in this world that afflicts, and there's nothing I could do about it. They really want everybody sick by winter. I even got a new number in my EcoSmart, right? It topped off, it said 68, but it topped off at 67. A year and a half ago, it was at 45. We were talking about all the time. Now it gets in the 54 if you're in a car and it's protected, blah, blah, blah. While they're so busy running around being hateful, everybody's doing all the dumb stuff against each other. Misfocus. Well, you get what you got coming. Stay divided, misfocus, not, stay all outside the truth and run around your little world of contingency. Hey, lizard buddy. And you know what they say when they get you in the triangle, the death triangle? Blocked into a corner with no way to get out, nothing to fight them off. And you have loyalists that they exist. As crazy as it may sound, they exist. All right. I thought people were supposed to become more intelligent, rise above the occasion or the predicament. The people committing these heinous crimes, obviously they made the worst choice. Can they change? Well, we know that people have been in prison come out. Yes. Are they given the things for rehabilitation? And we have to use that term. No, y'all remember when they started taking that away? Because you have these idiots who just can't get past it. To do the right thing. My foot hurts. My apologies. Anyone and everyone could be rehabilitated. And I'm talking about that first, second, third, fourth, fifth chance bull crap. How is it that we're so broke, trillions in debt, yet we can supply all the wars? We can have people in Congress mitigating, sharing information of military equipment and everything else with certain countries they want you to think or deem enemy. I was never an enemy with China. I was never an enemy with the Arab states. That's the facilitation of these, you know who they are. And nobody's hitting it on the head. So, what do? Let me shout you all out. That's all I had to say. I need to get on the road. Well, I need to get some work done. A little bit. Got to be out there by noon and get this shit packed up on this truck so I can make my way down to my brother this afternoon when he's off work. And I know they're going to be tired or whatever, and I can get stack stuff up or whatever. If need be, I'll set my tent up, whatever. I don't know, and I'll crash out and then come back early in the morning to finish building this out and closing it off, Things got to be done. I'm going to put my gloves on. I know that much because I got a bunch of spiders. I think they're eating each other. I don't know. I had one on, woke up about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and there was one right there on my freaking shirt. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Big old motherfucker. Just looking. Bruh. For another 15 minutes, he could have came back and crawled up on me. I don't know. I didn't care. I was still so tired, Anyway, I don't hate none of them. I get it why they're there. I just don't like the huffing and the puffing. You can't take 75, 85 million of us and make us 13% of the goddamn population. Just because we're all divided. You got goofies like Tatum and a few other individuals. So what? Anyway, there's a lot of guys who are rooting for y'all. Not that you all need rooting. It's the ones who are could be the underdogs. I've got videos of us saving old light-skinned folks from France to here. I've got pictures of what we did as guardian angel. I've got other video footage of brothers sitting with a man, car rolled over and holding his hand, letting him know he's going to be all right because he couldn't get him out, staying beside him, women helping deliver children, vice versa. The beauty compared to all the ugly. And those are the videos I'm going to start getting together. It's going to be because I got them all over the place. This thing is, I got to get a new one. If you want to send me one, guys, a good one, go ahead. I got this from Walmart. I ain't going to lie. This thing is about ragged as a holy sock. I ain't righteous. But anyway, I'm going to start you guys off, man. I appreciate you guys. I just don't want to deal with a whole lot of banter. I want to deal with situational awareness, acquisition, acquire, fire, like really be on target. We got to get our people away from all these whirling emotions and feelings. If you do the things I ask, the breathing exercises, it'll happen. I ordered some nanokanese. Usually I get the Japanese fermented soy, and these idiots haven't sent it yet. I'm like, what, they got to intervene and poison that? Sometimes they need to know. I'm not saying they are. Like yesterday, the guy that walked in there, even dude, ex-military, was like, he knew. And I was like, come on. Regardless, you got to know that your enemy is going to enemy. But damn it, you don't have to be the enemy of self. All right? Let me shut you guys out and get off of here and do what I got to do. I got to get this stuff in too. Jesus Christ. Oh, this thing is... I'm getting Grand Ascension. I'm going to take some pictures of plants for you guys. Awesome, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to Millennial too. She's got some, I love looking at people grow and garden. She's got cute animals and I love rats. So yeah, it's nothing like it. All right, the Cosmic Knowing, Grand Rising always, Bro Star. Oh, Mac got you, beloved. You know what's up. We rise, The sharing wellness, recovery, balance, and wholeness for the serenity realm. You got dang right. The pressure. All right, Dev. I don't know if I'm bringing pressure. Doing my best not to be so inconsiderate and foul, and that's even though I've been writing some comedy and I'm into the dark humor of stuff. Yeah. All right. What up, chat? Hey, what's going on, Yolanda? What's happening? How's it going, fam? Yeah. You already know. Thumb, you know I got you, beloved. No cells to pick up. No, is that the municipality is here, the knowing. That's a land, new animal. Hey, can walk your road. Yep, Max B was, hey, whatever when that shit was happening at Agidoi. What's happening? Yeah, enjoyed. Well, we don't have no sun. We just got clouds, overcast. It's supposed to rain again for like next 2 days, like 50%. So that's why I need to go ahead. I need to get something to eat, but I need to get this thing like where I can say, okay, guys, I need y'all to help me get it up in the truck. You know what I mean? But first, we got to make some trips. Got to go out in the shed. I got to get some totes loaded, get some stuff emptied and all that, and get that damn truck loaded. Get the tire pressure right while I'm out there here in a little bit. And yeah, you know what I mean? I appreciate you. I think folks are getting closer, but they're being silent. So it is what it is. The biggest issue I see is those that know are being silenced. Yeah. That's the whole part of censorship and the silencing. You know, silence of the lambs. Silence of the fucking lambs. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, I appreciate you guys. Take everything face value, but research what you can, you know? Don't take me on my word. It's my thoughts. Is it all about feelings? Usually I tell you when it's feelings. I don't really feel no way or something like that. I just see it for what it is, and I call it for what it is. It's stupid. I say if you're going to be in the positive venue of things and you're not so consumed with all the vile and things you may have done with, depending on your profession, like always refocus so you don't redistribute the same stupid hate that you speak against. And it's not a win-win. It's more of a loss. Per se. Depends on who it's being dealt to and from who it's being dealt from. I want another one. Anyway, appreciate you guys. All right. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get up here and get this one on, get it marked up. Oh, I got that side up. Oh, y'all see it when I go live. Y'all see it. All right. And like I said, it's wet on the bottom. I don't care. Still needs to get cut. Got a little dirt. Insulate this thing. I get that part up. And I think on my way back, I'm going to stop at a Lowe's to pick up 3 more of a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, or 3/8. They have some over there, but it's expensive. Lowe's is cheaper and Home Depot. So I'm going to do that because I think I'm going to need them. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. You know what's up. All right. If you want to cash app, go ahead. Whatever. It's up to you. All right. I'm going to get off of here and get the day rolling. All right. And then, like I said, I want to be on the road and dropping that stuff off. And so I've got a lot to do. All right. Appreciate you guys. Sisters. All right. Oh, hold on. Let me do this because I don't really see everything unless I do this, which is crazy. Yep. Yeah. More. Anyway, I always acknowledge everyone if I can. All right. And I appreciate you guys. If you subscribe, if you're new to the tribe, welcome. You know, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. All right. Again, I really, really do.